cool, crisp spring morning as the gardener rested on his knees in the soil, pruning the weeds from his garden, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw a little cocoon hanging from the leaf of one of his cabbages. Intrigued, the gardener got closer and noticed this cocoon pressing a little bit. He got a little bit closer, and still, he could see the tip of the caterpillar's head piercing through the end of its cocoon. Watching in amazement at the transformational process that was unfolding before him, he watched as this caterpillar struggled hour after hour, writhing its way, trying to get free from the cocoon. Finally, the gardener noticed that the caterpillar, it had come to a complete stop, completely exhausted, just sitting in the cocoon, unable, it appeared, to move forward. The gardener felt so bad for the little caterpillar, and he thought to himself, surely there has to be something that I can do to help this little caterpillar. He got to his feet, ran to his little gardener box, and grabbed his gardener snips. He got very gently close to the little cocoon and ever so gently tipped a small little incision into the cocoon. And that allowed the caterpillar to easily move its way out of the cocoon and rest there on the cabbage leaf. The gardener, quite pleased with himself, waited for this little caterpillar to take flight into the world, now a butterfly. But the caterpillar just laid there. Its body was swollen, and its wings looked like little shriveled up leaves the gardener would see in his garden beds in the fall. What the gardener failed to realize was that struggling, the tenacity that caterpillar needed to wriggle through its cocoon was nature's way of pushing fluid from the caterpillar's body into its wings, allowing it to take flight after it emerged from the cocoon. Now, being the gentle, kind-hearted Toastmasters that we all are, how many of us have a difficult time watching those that we care about or those that we lead at work struggle with a task or a concept that is new or difficult for them? Being a mother, I can tell you that every impulse in my body screams when I see my child in pain or having a difficult time. And it can be very, very difficult to resist that temptation to grab those garden snips, make a little insertion, make it easier for the child, whether that is letting my kid win again and again at Connect 4, doing the task for one of your employees, or feeding into the delusion of your spouse, not letting them see the true reality of where they're at and what those growth opportunities are. But like that little caterpillar, or my little Connect 4 master, what are we doing if we are to remove that element or that difficult pain that accompanies growth and development? We're robbing them of that. So, observing my own children and their experiences, I've noticed this new concept that's been permeating our society, really. And it's this concept of we don't want to let our children experience the disappointment of loss or difficulties. For example, there's a new term even for it, helicopter parent. The term helicopter parent. Or out in the field, there's a lot of teams that in competitive sports, they're not even keeping score any longer, where everybody gets a trophy, everybody gets a ribbon, everybody gets a turn to win the game ball. So I was at a soccer game a few years back, and I heard a proud mom as she watched her less than talented at soccer son struggling, and she yelled anxiously from the sideline, "Great job paying attention." At work, how many of us struggle providing candid, task-based feedback to our team members? Or personally, how many of us struggle with the concept of change or growth or are afraid of that potential losing that accompanies that? I'm here to tell you, Toastmasters, it's okay to lose. Failure, it's a part of growth and winning, And it provides us that ability to look at ourselves and our abilities and our skills for what they really are by comparing it to our competitor. It's okay to lose. And I'm an accountant, for those of you who didn't know, and I really like formulas. And there's this formula I love. It says skill plus effort equals performance on a task. Losing allows that objective, unbridled opportunity to see our skill for what it is, and then we can make a decision on how we want to focus our effort. Because effort, it's something that's not in limitless supply. And we can't be the winners at everything we do. We have to make a decision on how we want to allocate that limited supply of effort on what we want to perform well at. So putting it that way, failure, it doesn't seem so bad, does it? Struggling doesn't seem so bad. It seems more like a logical, conscious choice on how we want to apply our effort to our natural skills and abilities. So Toastmasters, what would you do if you weren't afraid of losing? I challenge you, do that thing today. Resist the urge to reach for those gardening snips and watch the beautiful transformational process unfold before you. And the beautiful wings spread out in the form of the growth and development and the beautiful, victorious flight that unfolds afterwards.